Hello, everybody. Hello. We started early today. How are you? Welcome. If you were joining us live, forgive the unusual time. I'm going to have people working in my office today. I front the house, and that's just it. That's just what happens. So now you get to, get around here a few hours early, and your channel's reviewed. That's what we do here every week. We look at your channels and try to give you advice on how you can get started on YouTube, grow your channel, all that good stuff. We're going to see all kinds of channels today, and if you would like to submit your channel, we'll get to that in a little bit. But first, let's bring in Rob.
Let's be honest, Dan. Let's be honest. The real reason that we're starting early today, as you being host, is because you have a big Halloween party tonight, isn't it? And you need to get into costume. And it's going to take about 6 hours to do. I understand that. Just be honest. Just be honest about that. But I have a question for all of you in the chat. If you were going to go to a Halloween party tonight, maybe you are, what would be your costume? Let us know in the chat. I am already dressed as myself, but I've got some brand new attire.
Hey!
Oh, yeah. That's what I hope all of you are going to have for your next video release. And of course, Dan, we are live, which can only mean one thing. I've also just redressed the background a little bit as well. I found a 3D printed YouTube thing, so I've slapped that there. I've moved something over there. I don't know if anybody remembers this thing. I'm having a real struggle pointing. Can anybody remember this little board thing? You know, these were all the craze like 3 years ago, and then everybody realized it takes ages to change around the characters. So it's just said vidIQ free install for years, and I thought I'd bring it back.
Well, I was trying to change my lights to Halloween lights, and I broke them.
Oh.
So now I got to break the other ones to try and get them to match, and it's just I'm having a bad time. I'm going as an old man. A jester. So, Rob, what do you think? You accused me of having a Halloween party. What do you think my Halloween costume would be?
I think, Dan,
6 hours, you said.
You would be dressed as Jar Jar Binks just to troll everybody. That's what I think.
Okay. That would be a 6 hour
job. That's what I reckon.
Yeah, no Halloween parties. I'm a boring person, but I hope everyone is going to do something today. Someone said I'm muted.
Yeah, I don't believe that to be the case.
Okay, well, all right. This is already, they can sense how tired I am. Okay, why don't we go ahead and review some channels. So as I said a moment ago, you can submit your channel. And if you're new here, pay attention because we have like a 30-second video here to tell you how that all works.
Welcome to the vidIQ channel reviews live stream. Simply fill in the correct form in the video description and your channel will be considered for review during a live stream. Channel reviews are free, so no need to send us a super chat and don't spam us in the live chat. We'll ignore it and you may be put in timeout. If you need a channel audit right now, make sure to check out the vidIQ Coach AI tool that will help you with strategies, ideas, titles, scripts. Link in the description. It's a game changer. If you submit your channel for review, expect the following. We are sharing nothing more than our knowledge, experience and passion as fellow creators. Thank you to all of our moderators who help us out on the live stream every week. You know who you are. Give us a like if you enjoy this live stream, subscribe if you love it, and share it with like-minded fellow creators. All right, let's get started.
Excellent.
Excellent.
I should say, so far, the poll I put, 59% of you said this is your first time here. Well, excellent.
Welcome.
I thought that would happen because we're at a different time. So welcome. Real quick, before we get started, I just want to let you know today is the last day of our Boost sale, 50% off your first 3 months of Boost. So go ahead and take advantage of that before it ends here today. There you go. Let's get to the first channel.
What an offer that is, 50% off your first 3 months. All of those tools, those legendary tools that we've had for many, many years. Do we have a link for that in the description? We don't. I'm going to transfer one over, Dan, as we're starting the live stream. So the link will be in the description as well, not just the community tab.
I'll throw it in chat too.
Cool beans.
All right. First channel that submitted on the non-gaming forum. Remember, there are 2 forums below. The first one that's submitted on the non-gaming forum is one of the most interesting channels that is submitted, I think, in some time. It is MLCS Racing Network. And you might notice something a little bit odd about this NASCAR channel. It is that it's a stop motion NASCAR channel. And it's not just a stop motion NASCAR channel. It's a stop motion NASCAR channel that is doing some really interesting and cool things, you know, on top of doing like regular races that are commentated like they were NASCAR races. We have a Mario Kart race here where it literally, the intro's a bit long. I did watch a couple of these earlier, but they have all the sounds from Mario Kart, and they're doing the camera movements over the cars, and then the race begins, and you can see they've put a lot of effort into this.
That's cool.
Yeah, they'll eventually be, you know, turtle shells and all kinds of stuff. Like they grab those. It's excellent work. It
must take forever to do this.
So long. I mean, it's really, really, really well done. And they don't just do that. They do actual like races. I'll play. I can't play it for you because you can't hear my sound. But they are commentating over this.
Graphics at the top as well.
Yep. At the beginning, they had the different drivers and graphics popping up for them. So all kinds of stuff, and they're enjoying some really good views here. For 833 subscribers, we're seeing 9,000 views here, 1.3K here. It fluctuates a bit. What's interesting is that the longer video for them, like that we just looked at, 30-minute video.
Oh yeah, wow.
And it's actually like commentated like a race, so it's like a full feature-length like race.
So voiceover narration commentary as well. Oh,
yes, yeah,
cool.
like as if they're like commentating from a booth, like all that stuff. And they it's funny because they also use, I don't know if I can find any in here, but they also use clips from an actual race of like a driver in a car, you know. So a lot of creativity, and people are digging this. That's what's kind of like really, really cool. When you do good work and it shows, people are like, yeah, I'll watch this. It's great.
Yeah, this is a demonstration of somebody who's just beyond being passionate about YouTube. Is just really passionate and super enthused about making the creative process, like to stop motion with a new topic we've never come across, and also trying to break out from just the NASCAR crowd and blending in video games, Mario Kart being one of them. There's obviously a definite reason why after just 36 videos, this channel has a growing audience. And because I'm just mesmerized as well by the stadium, that the road barriers, the stands, like they've had to put all of that together as well. Well, look at that. So like they've had to stop motion all of those cars. Just play that again for a second, Dan. I've had to stop motion all of it. It just, my mind is blown at how long this potentially takes to do.
Yeah. But do you see their place? Like, do you see all these different tracks they have laying around?
Yeah. Oh, God, goodness. Wow.
So, like, what I presume are replicas of, like, actual race tracks. Like, this is taking YouTube to, like, a whole nother level. You know, this is the kind of thing you would expect to see out of, you know, of really, really big channels like Warehouse. Like, I don't want to say someone like Marcus Brownlee, but channels of that size have a dedicated space for recording, and they got stuff everywhere.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
And this channel, given its size and everything, they've made like a real investment in this, which is really, really cool to see.
And one of the key components of this channel is that this is, I'm not going to say impossible, but very, very difficult to replicate. Not only because of a spare stand, but because of all of these different tracks they have. The fact that they've spent time building these stands, collecting all of these cars, they already have the stop motion skills. I think for anybody to replicate this, they would need like a team of 50 and a month, or like a single person years to replicate. So like they're in a niche by themselves as well, which is very powerful. They've just got to bring the audience to their content now.
Yeah. So, I mean, when you mentioned how every single car on the track is like moving, you know, and a lot of the stuff we looked at in the other video was close up. So it was only a few cars you're having to move around. This is really, really impressive and must take a long time. And plus, not to mention the stories you tell, like when it comes to racing, there's always like certain drivers that are like competing, and you're kind of watching like, oh, these people are out in front and they're competing. And they have to remember what position everybody's in and then what they want them to do. Like, I want this person to win the race ultimately. So how am I going to tell that story while also worrying about all the other cars on the track? It's mind-blowing in terms of the attention to detail that's probably needed for this. That video from 2 months ago is the most viewed video right now, and I'm going to point out again that it's a half hour long. I know that this must have taken you like forever. Just a half hour stop motion video is nothing to sneeze at, and that's why it was like 2 months ago, and that's only the third video, the third newest video. But can you do longer endurance style videos a little more often? Because I think this is what's really driving your channel. Sorry. It's the 28-second video, the 30-second video, things like that. They're, you know, some of them are hit and miss. But these longer videos, like people, it's about storytelling. People love that story. And with your commentary, and again, like I said, someone has to win that race, and you have to figure out who that's going to be and how you're going to tell that story. It obviously gets people hooked. And I mean, almost 10,000 views on a video that's like certainly a topic I haven't seen before. Stop motion NASCAR racing.
The other room for improvement angle I would look at here is the thumbnails. Some of them are generally all right, goodish. But I look at the Mario Kart NASCAR one. I feel as if you should be able to lean more into the Mario Kart stuff there. We see like elements, banana skins and a red Koopa shell, and the Mario Kart icon. But I feel as if those are like the second things that you see. The first thing you're seeing is a NASCAR car and like the racing element. And I think to appeal to that gaming crowd, you probably need to make the Mario elements more visible on screen. And then there are some like the Nazma Watkins Glenn promo video and crazy NASCAR ones where I just don't think they work really at all because they've got like text on them and they're a bit too busy. The Moneyline Cup Series finale as well. Again, I think there's too much room taken up on the right hand side with the text there. So areas for improvement, I think there, but they're already a fairly acceptable standard. So I think, Dan, given where the channel's at, just those two big areas. Wants to look at just very quickly how are shorts doing, because I can see they're doing them. This feels like a good channel to support shorts as well. I mean, I'm not going to look at them, but I'm not a big fan of the. Well, I don't know, Dan. What do you think? It's like the titles on the short, and then there's a square format. I probably might get rid of a subscribe call to action. I feel as if they don't have much use there. Let's focus on the action.
The latest one I would say is what you want to focus on in terms of framing, and little things like that are interesting.
It has the most views as well, I think, of all the shorts so far.
Yeah. So, well, this one does.
But look at the buff full frame. So maybe that's a bit of a.
They involve like crashes and stuff too.
Yeah.
So it's.
They're just putting cotton buds around the smoke and stuff. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's really good. They're doing a great job. I think when you're doing shorts, this is for anybody, try to avoid asking people to subscribe and stuff in your short. Just make a good short. You know, people will watch more, and eventually you will get them hitting that button, hopefully. But when this pops up and it like takes up most of the screen for the entire short, people don't care about that. You're taking really valuable real estate with a call to action that doesn't need to be there.
Final point from me, for any stop motion animator, that's how you light your setup. The lighting is incredible, I think. Like barely any shadows, really well lit at all sides of the vehicles. I guess that probably takes quite a few lights to do that.
It's not just the cars moving in those shots we just saw. That was the camera too. They have to stop motion move the camera.
Yeah, goodness.
To follow the cars.
We could audit this channel for the next 2 hours.
Yeah. It's really, truly impressive work here. So that was our first channel, and that's a bit how this works. So the next channel we're going to look at is a gaming channel. We have a lot of gaming channels to submit. That's why they get a whole separate form. And this was the first channel to submit on the gaming form. It's another racing channel, but this time it's a racing video game. And it is, let's see, 700 subscribers. So similar in subscriber size here, but views not as much. We go to popular. We do have one here, career mode opening cutscenes and gameplay from F1 2019. This was 4 years ago. So this was probably a lot of people looking for the game. You made a search-driven video. That is the most popular video from there. Not as many in the thousands, but there are some. They are from a while ago. So we're going to focus on what they're doing lately. And I will say, I did watch a bit of this video too. There is commentary. There is a bit of a story being told throughout all the series that they're doing. This is like one big series that they're doing, essentially playing like career mode. So we got the career mode, similar thumbnails, episode number, all that stuff. And, you know, when I was watching, there was obviously like a lot of effort and love being put into this content, like no doubt about it. It wasn't like we've seen some of these channels where they just literally, it's no commentary. They just show the interior of a car driving down a track, and you're kind of wondering why you're watching. This is like, I have this race. We got this big win last time. We're hoping to do it again, blah, 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 blah. So there's a lot going on here, but I think for me, it is a matter of title and thumbnail still. I appreciate what they're doing. They're trying to put like this interesting bit at the front, like this race was crazy. F1 23 driving career mode part 20. Like, I think what I would encourage this creator to do is try to find something a little more exciting than this race was crazy, because the thumbnail isn't representing that feeling of like a race that was crazy. You just kind of see cars and there's a little bit of movement, but it just looks like cars driving. You know what I mean? This one looks a little more intense because of the smoke. So I don't know. That's kind of what I'm getting at, I guess. Stuff happening. I know it's difficult because we're talking about cars on a racetrack, but anything you can do to kind of support the titles a little bit more. Stuff like holding on desperately. I would say, Rob, this doesn't. What does that mean? Like, you know what I mean? There's like that disconnect of like holding on desperately.
Just mouse over that video again. Oh, Canada. Whenever I see the flag, I've got to. Oh, that's another one. That's another one of my countries. God save. Oh, sorry. I would also add. You said title and thumbnails.
Yeah.
Maybe format. This is what it looks like on the surface is a let's play of a season, F1 career mode. And they seem to get a certain number of views here, which is around about 200, maybe a bit more, maybe a bit less. But when they cover other topics such as updates, that get 1,000 views. Let's just scroll slowly down and see if there are any other videos that support that evidence. The truth about F1 23. So that's kind of like that's kind of like an opinion piece. Has a couple more views. Then we're in a career mode, I think, of another driver, maybe the same game. And again, it's around about that 200, a little bit more, a little bit less. So it feels like with that format, the way it is, they're always going to be stuck at that view count. I'm not saying that the channel just needs to turn into a F1 updates channel.
Yeah.
But I think at the very top there, there's usually this let's play fatigue. The first one here, the career mode, it got 4,500 views. Haas Road to Glory begins. And then as the career mode continues, the views just drop off. I think there's a clear indication that viewers get quite fatigued quite early with series. But then if you scroll back up to the top, did I see one here? Now, I was going to say, can I win the Singapore GP after making 5 pit stops? So that kind of like was a challenge video, but that didn't perform very well. So I'm hesitant to say, let's do these individual challenge videos and stories within one type of video. But I guess more just commentary around the game itself, as opposed to me playing the game through a protracted career mode, might be a format to just delve into a little bit. If, as you say, Dan, they're putting a lot of time, care, and passion into these 20-minute videos, and they're just getting the same number of views all the time. It's better than a lot of Let's Play gaming channels where they're stuck in dozens of views, but they seem to be stuck around about low treble figures in terms of view counts.
Yeah. I will say it's probably not possible, but I don't know anything about this game. But what would be more impressive with this title is, can I win the Singapore GP with no pit stops? You know, five pit stops sounds very generous to me as someone who doesn't play the game, but is it possible to win no pit stops? And if the answer is no, that's okay. Like, you do your best, right? And then it's still funny that like you tried, and like how far can you get with no pit stops becomes the real question of the video. So challenge videos I support fully. And then I would say you should definitely finish out what you're doing here. You still have a loyal, dedicated audience. They want to know how it's going to end. You should finish this series you're on. But as you're working on it, I really think you should be planning your next one and be thinking about how you can give it an interesting twist. Because playing through career mode is something, when someone picks up the game, anyone can do that, right? That's the whole point of the game, is just to play through the campaign. But what you can do as a content creator is try to crank it up a notch with some kind of challenge. The no pit stop challenge, I don't know. You play the game, I don't, so you could probably think of some things. But can you do an entire series? If you want to do serial content, you can do that. But can you do an entire series with like a certain rule set in the way, right? That's making it more challenging for you. And then the thumbnails and the titles, you know, you can simplify the titles a little bit by saying like, you know, race to, you know, trying to, you know, no pit stop challenge or something like that. Race 3, no pit stop challenge. You could do that titling structure, or you could keep changing the titles throughout. And the thumbnails can really tell a story as well, because now it's about the specific challenge. So you can show different scenes that have a little more intrigue to them. Maybe, you know, you driving by the pit stop and it's like pointing at the car and it's like lap 200 or something like that. Something that is wild to think this person's not doing pit stops and they're still able to go. So that's just a quick example. Hopefully it inspires you. And yeah, overall, good job. Really nice job on your channel.
Well, Dan, we've just audited our first gaming channel, and I have remembered this week that we do, as always, need to self-indulge my own interests, which is what video games are you playing this week. I've decided to get rid of the gaming sound effects for now, because, you know, confuse people with saying, I'm playing this game, but I'm also trying to guess the quiz. I don't know, maybe I'll bring it back another time. But yeah, I'm going to ask you all in the chat, what video game are you playing right now? And Dan, what video game are you playing right now?
I have an interesting one this time.
Okay.
I've picked up the original Paper Mario again.
So is this emulated on the Switch?
Well,
the N64 version.
Yeah, the N64 version, which I have, but my N64 obviously plugging into a TV today would look like
correct. Yeah,
awful hot soup. So I've been playing that on a more modern device, and I never beat it. Like I got really far, but I never beat the original Paper Mario, and they're remaking it. They're bringing up a one from GameCube, actually. This is like the second one. And I'm like, oh, I would like to play that, but I haven't even, you know, I should probably finish enjoying the original one. So that's what I'm playing.
And are you enjoying it? Is it like, is the nostalgia winning through? Like, yeah, this is as good as I remember.
Yeah, it's really good. You know what's interesting is like they're remaking Super Mario RPG. And I actually, for the first time, I played that after I'd played Paper Mario. And everyone's talking about how like Super Mario RPG is this like super unique game and all this stuff. It's really, really, they're both similar, right? Because it's turn-based combat. You pick up characters that follow you along the way and stuff like that. So I do enjoy those games. I think I'll be getting Super Mario RPG when it comes out. But yeah.
Lots of eclectic and diverse answers this week. I have a new game as well. I completed Saints Row. It did have a really annoying bit at the end. Let me know if you've ever had to experience this, where one of the things you've got to do depends on basically leaving a controller on your couch and time elapsing in order to reach something. In Saints Row, you get all of these, you build up your empire, and then the empire, you earn money. And I needed $8 million to buy the last building. And so I had to just put my controller down and wait for my money to accrue to then buy this last property, and then I finish the game. And that, you know, that's happened in other games where, like, to get unlock an achievement, you got to play the game for 25 hours to get a new character and stuff. What I have now moved on to is Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. So this is another one of these PlayStation 5 exclusive games that I've got on the PSN network. I don't know if you've ever played any of the Ratchet and Clank games, Dan. You feel as if it's going to be a fun, cutesy platformer at first, but then it actually has lots of shooting elements in it. So it kind of feels like a cross between Super Mario and Gears of War, but in a really fun, enjoyable, non-gruesome way. And I'm loving it. I'm blasting through it, really enjoying it. Looking forward to completing it maybe within a week or two.
Nice.
That was Gaming Corner.
Yeah. All right. Back to channels.
Right. Back to channels.
We have our next channel here, which is 365 Fit Training.
Yes.
This is one you picked.
Yeah, so we tend to look at fitness channels fairly frequently, maybe a couple a month. And usually I try and identify what the specific target audience is, because I think it's really important for fitness channels. And I think this channel almost has it right. And what I mean by that is on every single thumbnail, you see these 4 words. 2 of them you can read, 2 of them are completely illegible. But the basic premise is no gym, no problem. So immediately, without speaking to an audience of, you don't have to go to the gym, spend money on memberships, buy tons of really expensive equipment. I'm going to give you workouts that you can do at home, maybe with these dumbbells that are in the left-hand corner of the screen. And I think that's kind of really cute branding. Like, it's subtle, but every single thumbnail has those dumbbells, and it's like immediately relatable to the fitness vibe, which is absolutely cool. And I think if you go to the homepage, I don't know if you've got the speaker on, Dan, but the first thing she says is like, no gym, no problem. So again, reinforcing that value proposition, I think is really powerful. However, what I have a little bit of a concern about is if you go to the About section, is my mission is to help men and women of all levels of fitness gain muscle, lose fat, feel great with home workouts. And I wonder if maybe that is still too broader of an audience. Does she need to be a bit more specific about age, current fitness of the audience? Now, I am asking that question based on the About section. So if we go into the videos, maybe there is a bit more identifying of a target audience. And I'm not really seeing that. What I'm seeing here is keyword-rich, search-based titles that are designed to be found when somebody's searching on like how to build muscle or full body strength training or a full body strength workout, etc., etc. So very much title-based, search-based. Again, don't really have a problem with that. The audience is pretty consistent. Like, I would say it looks to be around about 1,000 views, maybe a little less, maybe a little more. If you scroll it to the top down, given their channel size, which is how many subscribers? Just scroll up a little bit more, please. 2,000 subscribers. I'd say that's a pretty consistent, strong number. So lots of positives, but could we maybe even go a bit more targeted for that perfect audience? I don't know. I might be wrong about this. And also, no gym on the thumbnails. I think we need to, I know it's nice branding, but I can't read what it says. And only scroll it when a new user or somebody new coming into contact with your audience is just going to have that half step. I don't know what that other word is on the thumbnail.
Yeah. I will say that the latest thumbnail, it could still do well. It's a pretty recent video, but it doesn't speak to like the fitness vibe that the other thumbnails do. I think it looks really cool. And that's like one thing about thumbnails is it's sometimes it's tempting to go the more artsy direction with them, but it might lose like the point of the video to like the average viewer who's just scrolling through YouTube.
Yeah, scroll down, Don. Have I done that anywhere else? Like super. Now these thumbnails are a bit chaotic, a bit busy, so they did simplify a bit, which is cool.
They did.
But these all still have the gym vibe workout. So yeah, it looks like a brand new experiment. This thing that they've done at the very top.
Another thing I'm noticing about the titles, I know we're on the older videos now, but 20-minute calorie burning, feel good cardio boxing inspired follow along workout. So this is still a mouthful of a title, but what it doesn't have are little pipes between the words. Like this one, 25-minute glutes, hamstrings, quads, calves, lower body. Notice the difference in views here when it's like the title feels a little more readable. That could just be a one-off. I don't know, but that's kind of what I'm feeling. Like sometimes when you stuff the title with a bunch of different elements, it makes it harder to read. It's like it feels like you have title 1, title 2, title 3, title 4, and it's a little bit, like you said, chaotic. But I know you're referring to thumbnails. Definitely like the new thumbnails, and the new titles are a bit better. Sorry.
See if there's a pattern there, Dan. Like when there's like almost like a full sentence emotion-driven title. So let's sort by most popular and see if there's any more outliers there.
So this one's nice and simple. 40-minute full body barbell strength complex workout. You can also use dumbbells.
So the longer single titles before pipes are involved. When we say pipes, Dan, just like my demagnifying glass over one of the pipes.
I don't have it, but this little line here.
It's when it's like, okay, this part of the title has ended. Now I need to add my keywords into the title as well.
Yeah.
So again, just from a comprehension point of view, it might be a blocker. Like, do you need day 4 in the title, or could it be at the very beginning of a video once somebody's clicked into it, or on the thumbnail potentially?
Yeah, and the other thing I'm noticing here is that the videos that are performing well are longer. So people are expecting a certain amount of time for their workout, which is great. So you have that to lean on. You can try another 43-minute, workout. And the other thing that I like, and I'm not the target audience for this, but the other thing that I like is how simple this top video is. It's about one thing, one type of workout. It's like I'm doing a barbell workout. And in the video, you can show the different ways you can do the workout with dumbbells or whatever, but the title and thumbnail are just super simple and clear. And this title doesn't feel like a mouthful like some of the other ones. 40-minute full body barbell strength complex workout. It maybe a little wordier than I would make it still, but maybe in the fitness niche this works. And obviously for you, it worked very, very well. Can you do more stuff like this? Just that one simple idea being communicated in the title and the thumbnail. Even if your workout involves a few other elements, what's the main one? Can you focus on that in the title and thumbnail? I think that really, really helped you here.
And click on the About section. I just want to get an understanding of what sample size I've got. So 50,000 views. So they've probably got enough of a sample size there to maybe look at the analytics and identify the target audience. I'm getting caught up on the fact of, if you go to the About section again, and it talks about helping men and women, do the analytics support that, or is it are more females watching the males to a great degree? And if that is the case, maybe it is a case that you need to lean into that specific person that you want to speak to. Because I was actually watching one of your videos this morning, Dan, because I'm compiling an algorithm video together. And one of the things that you said is you don't want to try and appeal to everybody, because ultimately you will not be meaningful to anyone specifically. And I think this is one of these channels that can lean into that a little bit more. Look at this. Sorry, Dan, just going back to the About section. They talk about their themselves. I'm a 45-year-old certified personal trainer, coach, mum, 2 teens. I think all of that is something that can really lean into their target audience if they're wanting to appeal to a similar person to themselves. Right.
That's like, because I know what you're saying, but I was trying to think to myself, what would that avatar look like? Someone else who, is maybe in their 40s, who raises teenagers and like busy. That speaks
exactly.
To
they haven't got much time. Yeah, they can only work at home for 20 minutes.
Yeah, but so no gym, no problem. It's like, who has time to go to a gym? Like that. You may already have this avatar already watching your channel, but yeah, it's good to be aware of like the ideal viewer, on any YouTube channel. But all right.
Cool channel. It is a cool channel. Like just a few little tweaks here and there, I think, could push them up to the next rung of channel growth.
Best of luck to you. Congrats on almost 2,000 subs. Let's real quick talk about some super chats, because we got a whole bunch. Right. And first of all, Old Man Gib has gifted 10 memberships. Thank you so much.
Oh my goodness.
Old Man Gib just makes it rain memberships around here.
Celebration, everybody. Old Man Gib, you're a legend.
Yeah. StreamYard finally tells us on our end, like when someone gifts memberships. Sometimes you miss those, and I apologize. But yeah, thank you so much, Old Man Gib, and enjoy your emotes, everybody who got a membership from that.
I think our membership analytics could keep going up, Dan, purely on the basis of Old Man Gib just dishing them out every month.
Yep. Eddie's back. Question: how important tags for a video?
Oh, dearie me. Oh, that's the wrong question to ask.
Don't worry about tags. I know, coming from us, that's a little confusing because we have a tool that helps you with tags. We have a lot of tools that are very old now, and tags, and YouTube has changed and tags have changed. YouTube has said, and they say it above the tag box where you can put in the tags. Tags are great for misspellings and basically different ways people try and search up your video, but they get it wrong. But even that, I've seen plenty of successful videos on YouTube with 0 tags. There are plenty of creators out there who say, well, tags are dead. YouTube seems to be kind of moving in that direction. Don't worry about tags. Worry about making good content. Worry about having titles and thumbnails that communicate a very clear message. If you're doing search and you want to fill in that box, which I still fill it in, I don't like it empty. You can use our tools to fill it in very, very quickly, so you're not wasting time on it. But tags are kind of a thing of the past now. So that is what I'm going to say about that.
I am the YouTube algorithm, and I do not care about your tags. Leave me in peace.
Okay. All right. Well, great. So there you go. The algorithm themselves has said, don't worry about tags.
Did I just black out for a second there, Dan? What?
Yeah.
Something, my screen just went blank. That was a bit weird.
Also tip, Google Slides as a free tool for thumbnails, says Eddie. So a question and then a tip for everybody. If you're looking to make thumbnails and you don't have Photoshop or something like that, Google Slides is something you can use, which is totally true. Yeah, the completely competent way to edit photos. If you're just trying to pull some elements in and get them on the screen and you don't have expensive photo editing software. So there you go. Varen's Troop says, I'm really struggling to find guidance on growing a channel that is for a younger viewer. Do you think the vid team might look into doing a video on this? Thank you. I'm assuming they mean us.
So they're meaning they are a younger content creator. And
I think they're trying to appeal to a younger. It looks like based on the little avatar, it might be a family kind of channel.
Yeah. Yeah. I think in general, the the foundational strategies still apply in the sense that who is your target audience? And again, if it's a younger demographic, okay, what are these children interested in? Is it Lego? Is it Star Wars? Is it some other trend in the universe of children? I haven't been a child for a very long time, so I'm sorry, I'm useless at defining this target audience. I think a lot of research is required as well, because I think from in terms of content delivery, that needs to be very different in terms of video length, how visual they are. I think more sound effects are probably needed for child's content, and that kind of more approachable, fun type of content. But yeah, ultimately, the foundational strategies, I would say, are the same. It's just a different type of content delivery, and that's going to be learned through research. And of course, staying on the right side of YouTube's made for kids content policies, which are quite different and rigorous.
There you go. Animal Sensei, I struggle with people leaving too early. Probably I give the answer too soon. Is it a good idea if I start the video with a hook and tell a story about the topic and then give out the answer of the video? I think this answer is coming from like the question, the idea that their content invokes like a question. I can't remember. We've looked at this channel, I thought.
We did, yes. And I was adamant that this channel's, it wasn't their first channel, and they say it is. So I think you need to prove out that point. If you're giving the answer too early, let's have a look at your audience retention and then say, is there a noticeable dip when the answer is delivered from what's maybe teased in the fight title and the thumbnail, or the hook. To prevent this from happening, you need to try and build in like secondary stories and hooks and the storytelling concept of and but therefore, and like almost like increasing the drama's not the right word, but what am I trying to say, Dan? Like you're trying to increase the tension in the video as it kind of rises to a crescendo, and that's not easy to do. Like I think we're all trying, especially for fact-based utility channels. That element is tricky to do. But yeah, let's first of all make sure that people are abandoning because you're giving the answer away too early, and then think about within the hook in the first 30 seconds to a minute of a video, you're adding new intriguing hook that can only be answered later on in the video. I mean, the one simple way is once you've given the answer, use the word but, and that's kind of like a reset of like something's coming next, so stick around.
Yeah. Best of luck. We have a couple more here. By the way, just as a quick reminder, super chats do not equal channel reviews. You will need to be picked through the forms. Love VidIQ. Currently I have 1.53k subs. Thank you so much, Crosshair. Appreciate you.
That's the wrong button. Sorry. No, I didn't mean that. I meant this one. There we go. Still sorting out these new buttons.
Motivational channel said, took the advice we gave last time via super chat. Hope the channel will be in line now. Best of luck to you.
We hope so as well. That always makes me nervous when they say we took your advice, but then they don't tell us what happened next. It's like, oh, okay, I might not be here next week.
Tommy's Love says, is it hard growing, or sorry, is it hard to grow living in a small village? Okay, I do traditional videos. You definitely didn't see places, etc. I saw videos from others, same place, nothing special in the video, no thumbnail, but huge views. Okay, so they live in a smaller area. It's pretty unique, and they're trying to make content, I guess, about that area.
Yeah,
that can work on a few different bases. If it's an area that gets tourism, you can talk about the things to do in that area. If it's an area that's just unique in the sense that you live a different lifestyle while you're there,
yeah,
that's a totally two different audiences completely, and I'd focus on one or the other depending on what the bigger strength there is. But yeah, you can definitely get a lot of views if you live in a small town, but you got to kind of what's unique about it, what's the draw for the average person.
Different culture, different lifestyle, especially if you live in the Western world and where most people live in very urbanized, built up areas. That more rural, traditional, dare I say, simple life can be of great appeal. It's in the execution. I think when everyone asks me like, can I do this because maybe it's not interesting enough or it's boring. It's up to you as a content creator to inject it with interest and energy and excitement or intrigue. And I think anything can be interesting if it's delivered by the right narrator.
Yeah. So
and that's the beauty of YouTube. That's the beauty of YouTube, I think.
Yeah. Gamer Alpaca says, according to my analytics, some of my views come from ads, but I didn't promote my videos. How? Second, how can I join one-on-one? It says it doesn't support my country. Thank you.
Okay, let's tackle the first question. Then.
First question.
If you're not monetized, this can happen. And as long as there's not like thousands of views being plowed into a certain video with ads, I wouldn't worry about it too much. A lot of people report this. I don't have a simple answer for this. If you are monetized, there is a little checkbox in the settings where you can say, no one can use this video as an ad. So that protects you. But I don't know if you're at that point.
As for one-on-one.
Yeah, all right, I'll let you answer that.
I was going to say, it's...
Oh, do you want me to answer it?
Well, I don't know. It's a newer program, so it could end up being in your region. But is there a better answer to that question?
At the moment, we're just building out the program, and obviously we're going to start with areas and languages that we're most comfortable with English-speaking ones. But by all means, I recommend sending a message to support. I think there is a link in the description. and they'll be able to give you a better answer as to when it might be available in your country.
All right, let's call that good for super chats. We'll come back to those in a little while.
Yeah, we can do that. We can do that.
We will go to the next channel we're going to review, which is Lost with Lao. They have 19 subscribers, 13 videos, but for their subscriber size, they get some
new channel
decent views.
Yeah,
200 here. We have another 200 here. So what they're doing is specifically
800 on the most recent one. Look at that, nearly 1,000 views.
Oh yeah! Wow, I totally
cool.
My eyes totally skipped that. So 19 subscribers. They're about to get like their first 1,000 view video here. It looks like it's seasonal too. I mean, today is Halloween, so this is like great timing. 4 weeks ago they put this out. I'm sure it kind of spiked recently. In fact, I kind of wonder if we look at it if the analytics will reflect that. Oh no, it's been pretty steady.
Yeah, gradually getting traction over the month.
Yeah. Let me listen to this just for a moment here. You can see the captions. So I'm going to talk about the content for a minute. I wanted to talk about titles and thumbnails and all that stuff, but since I clicked on the video, the first thing is it's interesting. Like you're doing like panning shots of the mall decked out for Halloween, which is cool. But the stuff that I'm hearing is like, oh, if you're new here, I do this and this and this and this. So we're already kind of starting to get into a subscribe call to action.
Yeah.
But nothing's happened in the video yet. And I think it's really, really important for you to lead with the interesting parts first. Find another cheeky way to ask for people to subscribe a little bit later on after some stuff has been delivered to the viewer. But that is going to be what I caution you about. Like when we talk about having a good hook, it's not this. It's not, hey, like, welcome to my channel. On this channel, I cover the Mall of America and I tour all the things that are going on. I show you all the events that they're doing. But what I clicked on was about like a very specific event. So I kind of want to get hit right in the face with action, and I want to know details about the event and what you're going to be doing in the video. I'm going to be taking you on a tour of their haunted maze and blah, 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 blah. Like, really like get in there and make sure that the click that I just gave you like paid off for me.
Can you just run it on for a little while, Dan? And can I just see if there's any comments?
Oh, you want to scroll down to?
All right, there's only 4 comments, and then scroll back up. I'm just wondering if this may have been shared externally, given it's got 800 views. What I'm curious at here is, does the actual host appear in the video? Because now we're getting quite deep into it. We're like 20, 30 seconds in, and I haven't seen the host yet. I feel as if, in terms of when we're being shown around an attraction, like travel vlogs, you kind of want to get to know the host a little bit and create that human connection. And my guess is that maybe they're not going to appear in front of camera at all. And if that's a decision you don't want to be in front of camera, that's cool. I was just checking. And yeah, I think it's just a tour round the event. Does it sound like it's a voiceover after the fact, or they're narrating as they're recording?
Let's see. No, it's definitely recorded after the fact.
Okay.
They're speaking in the past tense too.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Okay. All right.
It's totally fine if you do it that way. One of the things that gets me hooked on channels like this, though, and I pulled up an example, is when the host is on camera, because these videos, it feels like a person is taking you along with them.
Yes.
You know? So you're kind of on their shoulder and you get to see all the things they see. Now, what this channel reminded me of is a channel that tours like Disney parks and things like that. There's a lot of these out there. People who live local to the area make sure they cover everything. They're covering every little thing that these parks do, because there's always something going on. And you know, a lot of channels in this space are just really successful. They just do good work. And your channel reminded me of this kind of channel. So I pulled up like one example of many. I didn't pull this up for a specific reason. Like, oh, you got to look at, do a search for like channels that tour Disney parks and kind of get a sense of like the titles they're using, the themes of the videos. I love this video. What a quarter can get you at Disneyland. Like, such a good concept, for such an expensive place, right? You could do something similar, I think, at the Mall of America. For anyone who doesn't know, the Mall of America is like, I think, the biggest mall in the country. It's certainly a tourist destination.
Yeah.
And
I've
it's
heard
cool that you live close by, so you can like go and like keep up with everything going on.
I also noticed on that other channel, Dan, a bit of primal branding being used there, wearing a shirt and a tie,
the tie
to visit theme parks. Kind of an intriguing approach there. Anyway, back to our hero channel. I will credit them on some fairly good thumbnails as a brand new channel. That the text is readable. Some thumbnails are better than others in terms of guiding your eye to what's important, like these cool rubbers on pencils, like for the back to school one there, and then the nice ice cream. Some of them have this kind of fade to black on the fringing on the edge of the thumbnails. I'm not sure if I'm a fan of that. Kind of like certainly in dark mode, it just looks a bit. It doesn't look curious. It looks a bit weird, almost like haunting, like Halloweeny. And no, generally, this channel isn't a scary, frightening Halloween type of channel. So small bits of improvement to be made there, but I think thumbnails are of a generally good standard.
Yeah, I think they're a really good start, and what I like is the latest one. It's easy to read. It's on theme. It's about, something that's happened. It's like a current event. Whenever the mall is running a current event, you need to get there as soon as possible, and you need to cover it just like you did where you toured it and you talked about the different things you can do. That's awesome, and that's the kind of stuff that's going to get you a good amount of views. The sooner you get there, the better, because anyone who's thinking of like hitting up Mall of America, whether they're from out of town or live local, like they can come to your channel and know everything that's kind of going on. So anything you could do there. And then I would just continue to work on the messaging of a title and a thumbnail. So I get that this is about like a Grogu cotton candy, like edible item that you can buy. But I would be thinking about like, so what if it was your hand holding it out in front of the camera, and then it just, instead of Grogu cotton candy ? It was like an arrow pointing and the price, like $5 or whatever. And then the title helps, get the rest of the message there. So instead of sweet fluffy clouds to edible art, it was just so, what's the word, Rob? It's not vague. It's like, it's too artsy. Does that make sense?
Okay,
It's too artistic of a title. It's like their new Grogu cotton candy at, Appa Sweets in Mall of America.
It's a little too clever. Like you have to think about what that means. And whereas with a title, you just want it to instinctively hit you in the head with something intriguing.
Right. And again, for anyone who doesn't get their channel reviewed today, this is advice for anybody. It's about communicating a clear, simple message in your title and thumbnail, because people are scrolling by and your video is going to get pushed to some folks because YouTube's going to give it a shot in the algorithm. And when they scroll by your video, you want them to stop and you want them to look at it because of the thumbnail. That's intriguing. And then when they read the title, it should all make sense. They should know exactly what they're going to get when they click on the video and make an informed decision about whether or not they want to watch your content. When you get really, like Rob said, clever with your titles, it's difficult to communicate that one simple message that you really need for your video.
I have one final question, which is, what's the potential total addressable market? This is a new phrase I've been using recently, because the hero of this channel is Mall of America. So Dan, can you search for Mall of America and then filter by a month's worth of content? I don't want like anything that's has millions of views from 2 years ago. I'm interested in what's going on now. So here is a little bit of a concern in that the top ranked videos have 3,000 views from 100,000 subscriber channel, 2,500 views, 100 views. There's one here with 185,000 views. My guess is that they're a shopping channel and they just happen to go to the Mall of America rather than the Mall of America itself being the key indicator. So just a thought here that in terms of overall growth for the channel, maybe the Mall of America itself might be a limiting factor. Look, they're even ranking in the top, which is great for a channel that size, but at the same time, it also means there might not be a big audience over the long haul. How do you broaden that channel out a bit?
I will say I looked at this earlier, and In the Loop is actually another one of these channels that does like Disney parks and Las Vegas. They go to all sorts of tourist attractions across the country. There's Disneyland. So, I mean, we could talk. We could talk about the views they're getting and stuff like that. It's more or less like this is what they chose to do to broaden. And as you saw earlier, I pulled up a channel that's all about Disneyland and California theme parks, and they're doing very well for themselves. So you can focus, but it's not just that you're focusing on one specific area. What else is there to do around you? It's when people visit and go to the Mall of America, imagine they're on a 1 week vacation. What are some other things they can do while they're in the area? And you could go to, do you have an aquarium nearby? Like whatever it is, like you can go and visit those places as well. But all right. So those are our pre-selected channels, and we're soon going to get into random selections. But before we do, our community manager, Vicky, puts up different ways for you to get channel review opportunities. I'll say it that way. And this time it was telling a story with emojis for our Facebook group. And so the challenge winner used the following emojis. And the story is, in the eerie moonlight, a mischievous vampire with
Hang on, wait, Dan. So, we need to give this like more energy. Like, can I read it?
Okay.
In the eerie moonlight, a mischievous vampire with a sly grin tried to rock a ninja costume while sneaking up on an unsuspecting mouse. As the wind rustled the leaves, the mouse's heart raced faster than Rob from vidIQ analyzing YouTube data.
Wait, what? Why did you jump in there at the end to analyze some YouTube data?
That's what it says at the bottom.
Well, I know. It's just a twist in the story. I wasn't expecting a twist.
I just follow the script. I do what I'm told.
Now, this channel is one we have seen before. It's Lucia and Glynn, and I think they are easily classified as a travel channel. And I can't remember what we said the last time we reviewed them, so we'll give it another a go here. Did you review this one, or was it myself?
I'm not familiar with this channel, so maybe it was during my time off at the beginning of the year.
It might have been that I was looking through the forum and this one almost made the cut. There's a chance I didn't review it last time, but I feel like we've talked about it before.
Maybe it was when I was on vacation or did something. So the first question I want to ask here, Dan, is just the subscriber size, which is 3,500 subscribers, and the view counts, which are less than 100. I need to figure out what's going on here. So most popular, do we have any outliers that may have brought in a big audience? Nothing too much there. What about shorts? Is there any shorts that have gone viral?
20K, 16K, 11K.
Okay. So it feels like at some point maybe the channel was based on something else to have grown that many subscribers. It just seems like an odd number given where the channel's currently at in terms of audience size, which seems to be in a plateau right now, which isn't growing.
I'm noticing an interest in music with this channel. They've chosen to do a travel channel, but their most popular videos them at a Machine Gun Kelly concert, and then their most popular shorts are them. Either they're singing covers or they're doing lip syncing or something to popular songs, and it's kind of interesting when I see that, because I'm wondering where your passions are as a content creator. Like, are you more passionate about music? Is there something you could be doing that is more music? I don't know why that video is just going nuts.
It's funny when he does that, isn't it?
Is there something you could do that's more related to music? Like, you could travel, but maybe specifically for the purpose of going to specific concerts, and you talk about the things you did leading up to the concert. I don't know. I bring this up because it's the most important thing, I think, in content creation, is doing something that you're really, really passionate about. And I know music channels are very, very difficult to approach on YouTube, especially if you're not necessarily a musician, you're just a fan of music. But at the same time, like, if like music for this is like another concert video. This Massacre. It's hard to read. This is like another time where you went to a concert instead of doing travel-y things. And it's like, to me, this is two different audiences, and there's maybe a way to marry them together, but it's the channel needs to have a little more focus, I think.
On that thumbnail, the top middle right, my mind wants to read that as Taste Walmart Hotels. Like, just I'm reading it like that. I don't know why. Right. So there's two things here. We did a conversation with a travel channel called Vicky and Josh, right? And they had a growing channel, which was really specific. It was about living in Spain, and they built up an audience of people who wanted to retire in Spain, probably English speakers. And then they moved to South Korea, and they just assumed that the audience would follow them because they were still doing travel. That channel tanked. And so they had to start a brand new channel to attract the right audience. So if we look back at the Hero channel, right now their focus is on like it's a focus vomit. I'm gonna do, maybe that's a new word, because you've got music, going to music events, reviewing hotels, trying food, interviewing DJs. It looks like this channel is just doing seemingly whatever the couple wants to do in their spare time, which is cool. It's fine. Like enjoy and explore all of these things, but your audience probably doesn't want to see all of these things. So there needs to be decision, as you were kind of identifying here, Dan, that maybe they need to be the music review channel for couples of a certain age. That would be like a quite a specific target demographic. And then the second thing is thumbnails. A lot of these are just this red explosion background, where one of the things about a travel channel or a channel of your type is seeing these things. Experience pizza bliss with this thumbnail and us three kind of just from a freeze frame, some of us looking at the camera, where's the pizza? Show me the pizza.
Show pizza.
Revealing the hidden power of an $80 grill.
Show grill.
Show me the grill. And it's like I am Tom Cruise in Jerry Maguire. Show me the blank, whatever it is, type of thumbnail.
It's also, I know I get the text layout here. I understand, but it's too hard to read still. I get that the part in black is supposed to be the first part you read, cooking with the Murphys, yakitori. Like, it looks like cooking yakitori. Okay, wait a minute. Sorry, it is true. Cooking yakitori with Murphys totally works. Never mind. I'll shut up. I still think the grill would have been a better image here, because you're saying revealing the power of an $80 grill, and then you're saying cooking yakitori with the Murphys. Like, you know what I mean? It's a total disconnect. It's like three disconnects. We have yakitori mentioned, we have a grill mentioned, and then we have, it's really hard to see like red food on a red background. You're wearing an orange shirt on a red background. There's so many things going on. And the reason I mentioned the text is because of this, like the Taste the Walmart Hotel, like you mentioned, and then the word this. You want to read it from top to bottom, but I think you're supposed to read Taste This Waymart Hotel.
All right. Okay.
You know what I mean? So this is difficult to read. It worked here. It doesn't work here. So all of these things need to be tweaked. And it's a lot of homework that we're giving you if you want to follow this advice. But I would definitely recommend it. Like, channel focus is everything. So this is a cooking channel. This is a cooking channel. This is a travel channel. This is maybe travel, but there's something to do with concerts. There's something else going on in videos like this. And it might be magical for all I know. Like, it could be the perfect formula, a mix of like travel and then getting to do something else you really love, like going and seeing concerts. You don't have to film the concert. You could probably get in trouble for that, but it's about the journey getting there. And then when you're done, you're like, oh my gosh, Machine Gun Kelly was amazing, blah, 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 blah. Like, that's the most popular video. But I don't think this is the kind of thing you want to put on YouTube. I don't think you want to be filming concerts and putting it on YouTube.
Yeah, viewers are not watching that video because of the couple and the final. Right. I would suspect it's because there's some unseen footage of a Machine Gun Kelly concert that I can watch.
Yeah. So I think that is our channel review. I do hope that we've inspired you a little bit, and best of luck. If we've reviewed your channel before, I don't know. If I didn't review your channel before, I should say sorry. You must have almost made the cut in the past, but here you are now. So
one more thing I would say, Dan, if you look at this as a travel channel, or a music channel or a food channel, just look at how much content they are pumping out.
Because we got
this is all from like the last
4, 5,
10 days, like almost a video a day. That would again suggest to me that it is film, upload, publish. And so there's not much thought going into like the idea, the editing. I think I would maybe think about, this is one of the things I very rarely say, but I think this channel needs to create less content and have it be of a higher quality.
Yeah, definitely. It's taking a step back, and it looks like they haven't posted in a few days. Taking a step back is so important because it helps you just kind of like recenter yourself, fix up your strategy a bit, and your channel will be okay if you take a little break. It's going to be okay. So yeah, best of luck. We have one thing we want to talk about before we get into randomly selected channels, and that is our new service, which we mentioned a little while ago, one-on-one coaching. If you are looking for someone to sit down with you and actually talk about your YouTube channel, that is a service we now offer. A human person will help give you guidance. YouTube itself can be a really big struggle. I know firsthand. The only other people I had to talk to were a few friends when I started YouTube, and they didn't have any knowledge of YouTube at all. They were not helpful at all. And then when I did find some YouTube friends, they were also just as lost as I was. So early on in my YouTube journey, I had no guidance, and it was annoying to say the least because of how long my channel just sat there spinning its wheels. So I say that because some of you might resonate with that. Some of you might feel the same way. And we now have a service that hopefully helps you skip that part, spinning your wheels and trying stuff on YouTube and not getting anywhere. So one-on-one coaching is a new service that we offer, and the link is down below. Very distracting.
Cat approves.
And I'll pass it off to Rob because I lost my train of thought.
I was just thinking, Dan, like you were spinning your wheels, and then you met me, and your first video on vidIQ got 1 million views. That's like the vidIQ coach touch. I mean,
yeah, that's Rob's badge of honor.
Yeah, we are here for 2 hours a week, and we are your human guides and coaches, and we try our best to answer all and every question with super chats. But I know all of you have a certain element of frustration in this live stream, in that you want to know more about you, your specific needs, struggles, and how can somebody help me with my channel. And that is ostensibly what one-on-one coaching is all about. And it's done on your time. You don't book an hour's slot, speak to the coach once, and then that's it. Your money's gone. You have the ability to constantly question and ask the coach for more assistance throughout the month. And as long as you stay subscribed to the service, that coach will be there to support you. We think we're pretty much giving this away at the moment, given the cost that it is. Because it is a human service, like scaling this is a challenge. So we have limited places because they sell out very quickly, because we know how important it is for you to have that support. So as you can see, Dan is slowly scrolling through the homepage, but the link is in the description if you want to learn more. And yeah, we will stop talking about one-on-one coaching when we run out of places, and that will likely happen this week. So act fast to get your own YouTube coach.
So
in the meantime, if you can't afford that, that's cool. We're here for you for the next 49 minutes.
The link is down below. Thank you all. And let's get into randomly selected channels. It is time. You've been submitting your channels on the forum down below. Now we'll use a special tool to grab them and review them.
Still my antenna. That was some of Dan's best work ever. That little, what would it call? Is it Stinger?
I guess Stinger. So. Yeah, it's to me it's dated now, and I need time to update it. we have here the CLAAAW. The CLAAAW is a random number picker. It's okay. You don't have to freak out.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. And we have two forms, as we said. We have the non-gaming and the gaming form. We are going to see that we have 497 on the non-gaming form, and we have 408 on the gaming form. So we're just going to go ahead and update the CLAAAW to 497, and we're going to take a non-gaming channel that's very loud.
This is a complete rumor, but apparently, if you have access to the vidIQ emojis and you just use a pick me emoji many times in the chat, you have an increased chance of being picked, like a 0.00001% chance of being picked.
Yeah, for every time you use it. For every time. Yeah.
Can neither confirm or deny, but that's what I'm hearing. That's what I see in Reddit posts like all week.
So we have a channel here with 2,500 subs. They do drama commentary, they say. It's the Sam Dee.
All right. Hey, Sam.
All right.
I like these thumbnails.
Yeah.
Bright, colourful, have punch. The background's blurred out. So my eyes are kind of naturally directed to either her facial expression or the big chunky text, which is very easy to read. Mm-hmm. I like that. I
like the consistency of the content. They are an anti-MLM creator at the moment. Multi-level marketing. This is like, one of the longest running, I don't know if the longest running scam is the right way to put it, but it's a very common thing. People try to warn you about staying away from MLMs. So I think you're doing a great service here. And these videos, 26 minutes, 52 minutes, an hour long.
Oh, wow. Yeah, God, these
deep dives into MLMs. What I'm seeing here is a lot of opportunities. I don't know if they're doing this to interview people who have been, who maybe gotten out of an MLM or something to that effect. Like people who have like fallen prey to certain scams. Like there's so much opportunity to tell different stories and really like get a lot of different voices in the mix. So I don't know, when I see videos this long and I see thumbnails like this, I get that vibe.
That's interesting.
Right away.
Can you just so mouse over that one? So we gave like the obviously certain like little jokes like Simpsons. That one had Family Guy, was it?
Yeah.
Just mouse over another one. I'm always interested to try and understand what like little GIF highlight that YouTube chooses. So it was just interesting that it had two cartoon things there. What it does also show though is that long videos, but they're still being edited. It's not just talking head to screen with nothing happening other than them. So yeah, given the output, I'm guessing do they have an editor or something? Because that's pretty impressive quantity of content, Dan, for video length.
Yeah. What's the amount of content mixed with the length of this content and the editing that you're doing? Oh my gosh. I hope you have an editor. I hope you have some help because this is a ton of work.
So
scrolling through.
Yeah. View counts are incredibly consistent. Like they're all around about 2,000 views, a little bit more, a little less. So they have a core community. Fantastic. Can we look at most popular? So I wouldn't say they've had any big breakout videos either. Like 20,000 views is pretty cool. It was probably a viral moment for them 9 months ago, a year ago. But everything else is 5,000 views or less, which again is incredibly consistent. So my thought here is, how can you create like one or two flagship pieces of content that can appeal to a broader audience? Because I feel as if you're in your niche and you're building that hardcore tribe and community, but we need like a big discoverable piece of content.
Yeah.
How do we do that? My thought is, I may be completely wrong about this, Dan, but my thought is that maybe a video that's less than 10 minutes long, but just has a big, like, what is the biggest problem with MLMs, like the biggest story within MLMs, like the biggest scandal, like just something that to you may be a bit surface level, a bit dry, a bit familiar, but for somebody encountering you for the first time, that's their unlock, that's their door into your content. I feel as if there's an opportunity for now that they've, usually we say don't go for viral moments, but this channel knows how to make content for an audience. is there an opportunity here to just try and make that viral moment for their channel?
What I liked about the popular videos is that the titles of these are a lot shorter and simpler. You know,
Right? Yeah.
Is joining Weight Watchers in 2033, watch this first, and then scam in the thumbnail. So
Yeah, nice.
just a lot of emotion there, especially for something that a brand that is so big and so popular. Like, so you're really calling out this brand, and that kind of thing gets people to like, whoa, I've heard of that, or I've
I've heard of Weight Watchers. Like,
right.
Even is that to a lemon, that is intriguing.
Yeah. So it could be that every so often you do a video, because this is right up the alley of what you're talking about, Rob. 15-minute video and talking about something big and like just one big thing, right? If they can do this every so often to kind of help grow their core audience, when they do these more in-depth ones, they could see these numbers go up.
What about remaking that video for 2024? Like, from all you've learned and improved as a content creator, the chances are a new audience is going to encounter that. Like, many of these people probably haven't watched this video. So yeah, I think that could be your breakthrough moment for just like propelling the momentum of the channel.
I'm not reading chat that intently, but when I glanced over a little while ago, I did see the question of like, what is an MLM, and someone explaining it. That is also something to keep in mind. MLM is a term that you would only know if you already have watched maybe a documentary about it, or you've already been a part of one. But on the surface, a lot of people consider them to be scams. And you used the word scam. You avoided the word MLM in this video. I don't know if this would even be considered one, but the point is, maybe you can get away from trying to use MLM in all of your titles to try to appeal to a broader audience who may not know the term yet. What's a simpler term for MLM? In your opinion, it seems like you would say scam, and that is why, you know, you could trade out these words. Now, in this, I will say, anytime you make content like this, where you go after a brand, you do have risks involved. Brands don't like that. So
who does this person get sponsored by?
Right,
MLMs,
exactly.
I assume.
there is that chance too. If they ever take on sponsorships in the future, they struggle because it's a channel about brands in a negative light. So other brands might not want to work with you. So there's already like a lot of risks, even if you avoid. It's just your opinion, so you might avoid legal trouble, but it could be harder in other aspects too. So I will kind of put that on top of it as well. But yeah, I think there's a lot of opportunity here. I think they're already doing excellent work. I worry for you in terms of the amount of content you're outputting. I hope that you're taking time to kind of like rest. This is a lot of really long videos, a lot of editing, and it's okay to space things out more if you do want to. If you were looking for permission, which you don't need from us, it's okay to space things out on YouTube.
Let play one down in the background.
Okay.
Because I guess I'm curious to know engagement. So 2,000 views, 155 likes. How many comments? That's a decent amount of comments for a 2,000 view video. Simple setup, cool microphone, little jump cut, little jumping in, jumping out. Confident presenter, Dan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
I would say so.
One more thing I would say as well, this is a tiny critique, but their face on the thumbnails is a little washed out. I guess they're using the same camera that they're using to talk to, which might be a webcam. I think, I don't know. Yeah, I would probably like to see a better quality face on the thumbnails. But that might mean buying a new camera and a new web setup.
Yeah, there's I did notice that too. It seems like that is one level up you can make. But there you go. That is the Sam Dee. Thank you for submitting your channel.
That is a cool random channel to pick.
Yeah. We'll look at a gaming channel now. We'll get back
to I also got like a slightly Emily D. Baker vibes there.
And
I was hesitant to say that until I saw the about section, which says I talk swear word. All right, okay, yeah, all right. They're a bit of a chutzpah. A little edge to them.
You were way late on that.
I know, but I didn't forget.
All right.
Zedification.
53 subscribers. I'm seeing a lot of shorts on their homepage. Let me just double check. They do consider themselves a shorts
channel
creator. I want to focus on your shorts because you put it on there, but I will say the thumbnails are too busy. A lot of text, not enough game. Yeah, you know, and it also your name, Zed montage, Zed this, Zed that. Think about the viewer who's seeing this video. What is the video actually about? Because people don't know who you are. They haven't formed that connection with you. It's more about like the game itself. 24 kills in a single game. The Zedification. You're trying to find ways to put your name in the thumbnail multiple times. 24 kills in the game of League of Legends sounds impressive. I would be going and doing some thumbnail research on League of Legends and trying to find something that speaks to that a little bit clearer than just text here, and tiny little icons you can't see and background that doesn't really do anything. That's going to help your long form videos quite a bit, I imagine. If we look at shorts, which is what they probably want us to look at, a lot of views here, you know, in the thousands. And this is the most popular one right here.
So is Zed, some might answer this in the chat. Zed isn't like a character in a game. This is themselves in the game.
I think.
Oh, hang on. My favorite champion is Zed. So, okay.
Yeah, maybe there's a champion called Zed, and they
Zed is a character.
Like adopted it as their. But either way, it doesn't change any of the advice I gave here. It's, you know.
Yeah.
I think everyone would agree that the thumbnails are just text.
It's fine in the titles though, because what I was worried is like their channel name they're called Zed, and like, well, nobody knows what or who a Zed is.
In that context. Yeah.
All right, let's go back to shorts.
Short. So, what I like about these is they already look more like gameplay compared to the thumbnails of the long form videos.
Yeah, you're right.
Let's see. How would you rate this play?
Okay, so they're getting to the point straight away. Wait until the end. There's a teaser as well. I'm guessing Dan, there's no commentary here.
It's music.
Well, just music, Halloween music as well, because I can see in the bottom right hand corner they've picked some music. Can we also hear the sound effects as well, or is it just music?
No, just music.
Just music. Okay.
So it's a pretty long short. It said, "How would you rate this play?" And with no commentary, like
I have no idea.
I don't play the game, so it's not fair for me to say this, but I don't know what happened.
Yeah, true.
I don't have any clue what happened or why you showed me what you showed me. Could this have been shorter? Is my question. Is it possible to have cut this down? Hey, rate this play, and it's like 5 seconds of like something that happens on the screen. And what did you think? You know, but this was like so long, and there's just, to me, it was just characters moving around and stuff happening. But again, I don't play this one, so it's difficult. Like some of you who follow this game might go, no, it was very obvious. And if that's the case, great. But that still felt long. I still wonder if you could have shortened it.
I think through the edit, you can communicate it a little bit more, like zooming in on the character that's doing something amazing, the person who died, the big magic spell. That may help a little bit.
So the text at the first bit of the short is good. It should stay on the screen a little bit longer, maybe. But if you're not going to commentate, that's like the next best thing, is to just give some people some context. But again, it's just so hard for me to tell. An arrow, like Rob said, something that's like, watch this character, like something that gets my attention would help. But yeah, what more could we say?
There's certainly channel focus. There are views on some shorts. Let's just have a look at the titles a little bit more. Rate this Zed jungle play. Striking twice on Vega and Nami. Zed double kill. Zed 1v1 versus Zed quadra kill. The titles are fine.
Yeah.
I guess from a creator's point of view, maybe look at the swipe count. I'm starting to fall on a baseline, Dan, of I think you want to be aiming for at least a 70% plus. Or which way do I look at this? Yeah, let's go to our shoot. Let's show people what we mean. Audience retention is always very difficult because the video length will determine what the audience retention should be. But the analytic we're looking for, I think, yeah, if you've got shorts. How many choose to view? I'm starting to think that if the videos are getting 70% or higher, you're probably in the upper percentile. So like we're just on that limit, like we're kind of around that average limit. So maybe look at that to see if your audience is sticking around for the first few seconds. Nobody knows what that exact number is to determine this.
It's mostly a percentage. Like if they're watching a certain percentage of the video, that counts as viewed / swiped away.
That's what we suspect. So yeah, check that. And also just overall audience retention. Like I think each of the videos was about 20 seconds long. So audience retention should probably be in a region of 100%, I think, for it to be marked as a successful video.
Yeah.
And some of these do better than others.
Right. You do have
by
some
thousands of views.
Yeah, that got more views, which means people aren't swiping away right away. Text was easy to read, popped up in the middle. And you're calling it Insane Zed 1v3 Epic Play Saves the Nexus. I feel like this one's a little more watchable to me because you said it was an insane 1v3, and so I already expect there's going to be a lot of people running around and a lot of things happening, and that's kind of what I got when I started watching the video and paying attention. See, like there's insane 1v3, and then there's just people everywhere. There's things going on. I imagine, especially for a League of Legends player, that it's easier to follow. So when it comes to shorts, it is really all about the content. You know, when it comes to long form videos, there's a lot more elements going on. The content's super important. So are the titles and thumbnails. When it comes to shorts, that's why we watch them, because it's really truly about the content. It's not about the titles. It's not about hashtags in your title. It's really truly about when people are in the shorts feed and they swipe to it, are they going to swipe away or not? And a lot of them never read the title. They're only getting served it in the middle of a shorts scroll session.
Especially with content like this, I don't think it's ever going to get discovered on search. It's going to be the 6th video that somebody scrolls to on their shorts feed.
Yes. So best of luck. Hopefully we've given you a bit there of inspiration.
Let's do another channel, Dan, and then maybe some super chats.
Yes. Let's take a look. 540 on the non-gaming form now.
Going to do this one nice and early. You ready for this?
314.
Straight in there.
Another search channel. It's Simulite, maybe? Celebrities and movies. Okay.
Words, numbers in channel names. I've always been a bit...
Well, their logo works. Looks good.
Mm-hmm.
So
foreign language channel, right?
I'm sorry?
Foreign language channel. But we've got an outlier there. One of our long form videos got 8,000 views. Hang on a second. I'm confused.
Wait, shorts.
Just check the form again.
Did I? Oh, wait a minute. Celebrities and movies. 79 subscribers.
Yeah.
Shorts.
All right.
Okay. So trending topic. Matthew Perry did just pass, unfortunately. So you are a channel about celebrities, doing a video about the passing of a celebrity. I mean, makes sense. It seems, within your space. I have to just look at long form because
that's all we've got. Yeah,
it's all. We only have that one short. We don't have a lot to go off of here. Your largest long form success is this video here, and I think. I don't know the language. I don't know what's being said here. But what I do think is that the simplicity of this thumbnail could be helpful. We have text that's kind of small but easy to read, and like arrows pointing. Whatever they're trying to communicate, like something is working really well here.
So I think this is listicles based on different aspects of famous actors. So it might be For example, top 15 famous people who maybe were involved in crashes of some kind, with Leonardo DiCaprio one. A tribute there to Michael Gambon, who recently passed away as well. Dan, are you able to click on one? I just want to determine how much facelessness, AI-ness is involved in these, so you can hear this. I know it's probably in a foreign language.
It is.
But is it a voice? Is it an AI voiceover of some kind?
If it is, it's a good one.
Okay.
It's hard for me to tell. But yeah, if it is AI, it's a good one.
Yeah. Okay, so it is clips, but of a transformational format. Let's just check the one that's got 9,000 views. I want to know what the engagement on that is. 120 likes. How many comments? 5 comments. Wondering if that may have been shared externally. It's difficult to tell, but certainly as an experiment, I will be doubling down on that specific topic. What is it? Is it maybe people who passed away from an illness? I'm not sure. Again, the language barrier isn't helping.
Horror movie listicle, and I think. I don't think it's all actors passing. I think it's. I think they do a lot of listicles.
I'm just looking at the one with 9,000 views and like the date 1998 to 2023. Again, it looks like famous actors who recently passed away of some kind. That's one that's been quite successful for them. Is it one that they want to explore a little bit more? Because like you're going from famous actors doing stuff, famous listicles of films, and then actors is in some kind of peril or danger, or like actors who passed away. So again, there's still a bit of topic jumping within this listicle format. Yeah.
So I think we covered it to the best of our ability with understanding the language. So apologies there.
Yeah, the thumbnails are all right, and I can see where they're doing. We've done, of course, a couple of videos very recently about how faceless channels find a success. So you want to maybe doing a search on YouTube to find small channels that are having breakout pieces of content within a celebrity, an actor status, and maybe trying to follow similar trends to them as well.
Yeah, and congratulations on your success for how long you've been at it. 79 subscribers, and view counts that are starting to get up there. So it's really cool to see. All right. Let's look at some super chats.
Yeah, I was going to play the music. All right.
All right. So we have one here from Os Opal. You guys rock. Do you think that putting chapters in videos can result in less watch time since it feels like watch time is decreased?
So
go ahead.
Oh, you go first, Dan. Sorry, I don't want to always answer first.
I was going to say that watch time, I can see the concern because people are, in theory, potentially watching less. For me, I only put chapters in videos now when I feel like there's a purpose to them. So if I have like a step-by-step process or a guide that I'm doing, I want chapters because it's all about, for me, audience satisfaction. I want people to watch the video and feel satisfied by it, and chapters help them navigate the video. But sometimes it's a video where it's like 8 minutes and I'm just talking on a topic and it's one fluid kind of like story I'm trying to tell. I won't put chapters in that because I don't feel like there's a need to do that. And that's kind of the difference. Like when I find a video that has chapters, typically speaking, I'm probably going to use them at some point, and I'm also probably going to come back to the video for some reason, whether it's a really long video or it's a video on a guide and I need to come back to it because I'm like, oh, like what if I'm trying to fix something? And I'm like, what was that thing that they said in the video? I can go back and find the chapter. So it really is about audience satisfaction.
You've answered the question, Dan. I don't think I need to add anything to that.
But they were asking, like, watch times decreased for them. Do we think that's like the cause of it?
It's possible, yeah. Now, if there's a huge change, like your watch time has dropped 50% because you're putting in chapters, and maybe you want to experiment without those chapters. But usually, it's probably no more than a couple of percentage points, I would feel. But Dan, as you say, this isn't about getting better metrics for your channel and then thinking your channel is more popular. It's about viewer satisfaction. And if YouTube is working the way it is and how they promise it should work, then if you've satisfied your viewer by giving them the exact answer to what they needed within a chapter, chances are they're going to choose you again when needing a similar answer. Your cat, Dan, is just wild. It must be Halloween.
Yeah.
It's got Halloween things in them.
Extra confidence for the cat lately. Just
Yeah.
jumping up all the time. It's very distracting.
For the next members emotes, Stan, we need a...
Just
that's what we just need that. Yeah, we just need that, the tail wagging.
It's just going to look like a wavy line.
I know.
We need, I don't know. We'll see what we can do. In reply, we aim at families. We create slime craft, toy craft, fun ideas. It's such a hard area in YouTube to find our way to grow. So this was earlier. They were asking about channels that appeal to like a younger audience, and this is some of the stuff they do.
So I do not watch children's content. I don't think I ever will, because I haven't been a child for many, many years. But slime, craft, toys, fun. These are not new ideas. So you're in a very competitive space before you even press record. So that's one of the reasons why it might be hard to grow. Take the example of the first channel we looked at, which was a NASCAR stop motion channel, as something completely new and unique we've never seen before, but at the same time, it was really appealing. And so that's one of the things you have to think about, like, how can I create new ideas that are going to make me different to my competitors?
One piece of advice is that young children don't speak a lot of languages. Some of them don't speak any languages. And if your content can transcend language, like that NASCAR content we were watching, there is no need to understand English to enjoy it. That can be helpful. And that also applies to channels who want to appeal to a large audience outside of their country. You know, if you can make content that is like animated in some way or something, and it tells a story visually without needing to speak, suddenly you're a game changer on YouTube. Now you're just completely on a different level, because anyone could watch your videos, which is great. VidIQ from Random Danimation says, "Hey VidIQ, how would I get more views / animations?"
From animations, I guess.
Yeah, from feels like it should be there. Look at the very beginning of this video. Check out, we were just talking about the NASCAR stop motion channel review we did. They took something popular, NASCAR, and they took something else popular, animation, stop motion, and they've put the two together. And then they've put a ton of work into it as well. Like they commentate over it and everything else. So it's tough. Animation can be a really tough space. And I see an Among Us character. So are you animating? Are you already animating topics that people have seen before with like popular characters? I don't know. We're not looking at channels based off of super chats and memberships. By the way, thank you for being a member for 1 month. But yeah, it's broad appeal and anything you can do to kind of jump on trends. But it can be tough. I know animation channels can struggle with this a lot.
And also consider how you might be able to repurpose content as well to give him a couple of shots of a target. Like if you do a 3-minute animation, which takes a long time, there's probably self-contained clips in there which you can repurpose as shots.
Yeah. All right. We have a new member.
Oh.
Gamer Alpaca.
New member.
Thank you so much.
Oh, my button stopped working. I was supposed to
be
do
a sound
something.
effect. Sorry.
It was supposed to. No, I was. That's the wrong one. I keep pressing the wrong one, and it doesn't stop. Sorry, it's that one.
That one's good.
Yeah, yay, new member.
Yeah. Steve, how's it going? Just want to say much love and aloha from Honolulu, Hawaii. Hey, thank you so much. Appreciate it. From Steve and Nina.
Fun fact: I got engaged in Honolulu, Hawaii, to my beautiful wife.
There you go.
Love you, Sarah.
Smart.
I said that just in case she's watching, because sometimes she says she watches. So,
Smart.
I'm probably getting all embarrassed right now.
Is a YouTube member now?
That's the right button. There we go.
One of all trades. You guys. Okay, sorry, my cat didn't want to.
Damn cat.
Just clicked right on it. You guys reviewed my channel when I had around 70 subs last year. I'm contemplating transitioning into a commentary channel reviewing other people's work so I can push more videos out. But I know I won't be happy doing it.
Oh, right. Well, that deserves that button, which isn't working.
Hit that button.
All right, I'll try it again.
Make it do it.
Come on. This time. There you go. That is a big red flag if you're saying, I'm going to do this, but I know I won't be happy doing it.
Yeah.
What's the goal then? What's the motivation? If it's just for views and to get monetization, you'll burn yourself out long before you get near that with that approach.
If you're looking to pivot anyway, start researching some kind of mix between what you enjoy doing and try and find other channels that are doing it in a way that is getting views. And without looking at your channel, it's hard to like get you started there, but that is what it takes. Like, you got to do some research. Please, for anybody out there, don't start a YouTube channel based on something you don't even like just because you think you're going to get views from it. That is going to show so quickly. Like, if I wasn't passionate about YouTube growth and I sat here trying to give YouTube advice, it would be so clear that I've done no research on the topic, that I don't care about the topic at all, and people wouldn't watch. Your retention will be bad. Even if you have the best titles and thumbnails in the world, if people click on that content and they sense that someone doesn't know what they're talking about, doesn't enjoy what they're talking about, they're going to click off, and YouTube isn't going to share it anymore. It doesn't matter how good your titles and thumbnails are in that case. So you got to do what you enjoy on YouTube. You just got, like, the best channels on this platform are the best because they focused on their passions first. I know it sounds corny. It's just true. You wouldn't enjoy any of the TV shows or movies that you watch if the people who made them hated what they were doing. That's it. That's my rant.
Next super chat.
This took forever. Okay. I don't know how to say that.
Well, it starts with...
Bruh.
Yeah.
Sukawangamora. Brusacawangamora. That's my best of it.
Hey there. Are we doing channel reviews? First one, does that mean if we pay to get our channel reviewed? Okay, so someone's kind of new and they are asking if they pay to get their channel reviewed. I just want to know how this works. Do you guys know when sorry. Memes and gaming.
All right, hang on. Let's answer this. Let's answer this through sound effects, right? So, Dan, let's start again, right? I will answer with sound effects.
Okay. Do you pay to get the channel reviewed?
Well, no. Start at the very beginning.
No, it's too hard to read. Just the I'm trying to take it's too difficult. My brain hurt.
Are we doing channel reviews?
Is the first question.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
First one. Does it mean that if we get to pay to get our channels reviewed? Just want to know how this works.
We're not doing any memes in gaming. I don't know. The last part really threw me. Okay. First of all, thank you for the super. Welcome to vidIQ. We're usually not this confused. We're just like moderately confused at all times, but this was a little bit much. We are doing channel reviews, but you cannot pay to get your channel reviewed. It is free. You sign up on the forum and you hopefully get lucky. A lot of people, we have almost like 1,000 channels that have submitted today. So we'll get to as many as we can. Hopefully, though, anyone watching is taking notes and learning as much as they can based on the other channels we've been reviewing so that you can take that information and apply it to your own channel. The Science Vault gave us a 20. I don't know what current.
Give us a 20. A 20 of something.
20 of something. Ron Stoppable. Why does YouTube allow Sprizzy to help gain followers but deletes channels that pay for subs? I don't know what Sprizzy is, but it doesn't sound legit.
I think this is one of these companies that advertises on Facebook to say, we will help you. We will get you 3,000 organic subscribers. I mean, YouTube probably, I can't speak for YouTube. My response to this is just don't worry about it. Unless you can find a video on YouTube that says, I grew to 1 million subscribers and a 7-figure income business through Sprizzy. Just worry about growing your channel organically through YouTube's own recommendation systems.
That's what we focus on. We will never sit here and try and give you some kind of quick hack to get followers and subscribers and views. It doesn't. YouTube has a feature right now that they're testing out where people can like advertise their videos and put money behind them. And everyone we've talked to who's used it has gotten that video with a bunch of views and then nothing else from it. They just spent money on a video to get it views. The video tanked afterwards, and that was it. because people need to find your channel and want to be interested in what you're watching. Next one, Saber. Thank you for the super. Jackie says, my channel is on an upward trend since I started talking to people I met in your DC, I'm guessing Discord?
Discord community. Brilliant.
Yeah. Awesome.
Thank you to our amazing community manager, Vicky, who manages that.
Speaking of, Rob, this week, you and I are going to be in that Discord.
Oh, yeah, we are. That's true.
Yeah. We are going to be doing a stage channel and answering questions in there for a bit. So join us on Thursday. Was it Thursday or Friday?
I'm sure if Vicky's here, she'll be posting that in the chat now. But it is early, so I don't know if Vicky's around during this live stream.
Yes. So be on the lookout for that. We're going to schedule it in Discord so you know exactly when it is. But it is this week. So come hang out with us.
Shall I put a post on the community tab as well, Dan, on Thursday so we can... Everybody knows,
so.
yeah. Keep an eye on the community tab, vidIQ. We'll let you know. We'll send you the deets.
500 watch hours till monetize. Congrats. But not doing well enough to go full time. Should I promote YouTube memberships and videos, or is my 2K channel too small yet?
Ooh. I would say it's not too early to dip your toe into that aspect of YouTube. My guess is you're 500 hours short of the first tier, which is going to allow you to open up memberships. I don't think you can't lose anything from it. It's just how much time do you want to commit to this, and how can you help through monetization? What can you give people? Here at vidIQ, we just keep it very simple because we're so busy doing other things. So we just have the custom emojis at this point. But what customized perks can you offer your audience? And do you think you've got a engaged enough audience to do that yet?
That's really it. Thank you for your super. And then we got one more here before we go back to channels.
All right.
It's from the Science Vault, just as review. Which is exactly what we're doing today. So yes, you nailed it. Thank you so much.
I wouldn't suggest sending any more super chats, by the way, because we won't have time to read them out. Save them for next week.
We'll get back to the CLAAAW. And we will look at gaming next. Yes, I think gaming next. 472. That's just 72. There we go. CrunchyEdibles. Did I draw with the CLAAAW?
No, I don't think you did. I think you were looking at the number to put that number into.
I really am just not on it today.
Has this guy dodged a claw there?
Yeah, you just there you go.
Looking through the back door. All right, so this channel looks like a meme gaming channel, because somebody just posted that. The person who gave us a super chat. So we're now, I think, actually auditing a meme game channel, especially when you see Joe Biden and Donald Trump facing off in playing a game. So what are we looking at here, Dan? The Rock plays a mean Grok Mobile Legends. Obama plays Odetta, but she becomes sentient. So I think this channel is trying to jump off of the AI trend, like from 6 months ago, where somebody was doing, what were they playing? Was it Age of Empires?
I think all kinds of stuff. We flooded YouTube overnight.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things where the original creator just has like a brilliant, funny idea, but once it's replicated, it's already jumped the shark.
Yeah.
It might be the case for this channel, or maybe it's just the execution, which isn't comedic enough for the viewers. I guess ultimately my question is, where does this channel see itself in 6 months' time? Continuing to do this content, which isn't taking off, or then jumping on another fun meme trend that somebody else has done?
Yeah, it's interesting, but I will say this. These videos here, these first ones, seem like they were pretty good practice because their latest video is 129 views, and it's not a famous person doing
okay.
But they're still using voice cloning, but this time it's the heroes' voices in League of Legends. So that's a good way to kind of innovate and pivot away from the thing that wasn't working. It was once a trend. It's not one that you're benefiting from.
That's a fair
And I'm
point.
glad to see somebody like look at that and go, well, what else can I do with this technology, and try to make something new with it.
So make like another. Let's challenge this creator to make 10 more of these types of videos by the end of the year, and then come back to us and see if they're continuing to build the momentum as they have done with this first video.
Yeah. Well, cool. So best of luck. I'm gonna go back to the CLAAAW, and I'm actually gonna pick a gaming channel this time. Why is it? I moved the tab, and it keeps making noise.
I can't hear it. I can't hear it. So
well,
I don't think anyone else
loud.
can.
It's a shorts channel. There's so many gaming shorts channels today. In fact, the last one could have been for all I know.
we never checked.
We never checked. Okay. What about videos real quick? They do have videos as well, but we'll focus on
only one recently. Okay.
Wait for it to end. Who relates to this? Thanks for 2K. IGQ bundles. There's a lot of stuff going on here, and I'm not sure.
I can't really tell what this channel's about. There's some is that Fortnite stuff there? A bit of a run with big views on some of them Fortnite videos. I think 10,000, 10,000, 32,000, 8,000.
Yeah, it's difficult to tell. Like, is this the creator, or are they taking, clips of other
montages
creators? Yeah.
Does the about section reveal anything? Montages.
A lot of subscribe. So it's kind of hard to advise here. If you're kind of repurposing clips and stuff like that, there's some copyright risks, and we talk about that all the time. But it kind of comes back to goals. Is your goal, I guess, just to have a lot of subscribers? I mean, because this is one way to do that. If you wanted people to follow your channel for you and your personality, it might take a different approach. But yeah, this is
repurposing content is quite a big topic / drama moment on YouTube. I don't know, Dan, if you've heard of the Sniper Wolf and Jack's film drama that's going on. I don't know if anything's going to come out of that, but clearly there are creators who are incredibly upset with other big creators just repurposing content and not making it transformational anyway. This isn't a problem for this channel today, but in 2 or 3 years' time, if it grows to tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, and it is just montage clips. I don't know if they are there. I don't know if all of them are. It just mentions it in some of in the about section, and it looks as if that's the case on some of her videos. What is the end goal for the channel? Is it just to be the best montage content creator for the best montage channel for content creators on certain videos? I don't know.
It could be their gameplay. It's too hard to tell, but I think when you look at like thumbnails and stuff, very busy. Titles are just kind of like, montage. It's whenever we see channels like this, we as you can tell, struggle a bit just for actual advice. I don't know if you have anything else. My biggest piece of advice
is sort by most popular.
Okay.
I think it is.
Sorry.
No, it can't be.
Okay, there we go.
There we go. It looks as if is that Fortnite? I think it is.
I think Free Fire.
Free Fire.
Okay. That's what the about section said.
Free Fire. So like Free Fire is like clearly the most popular game. I don't know if they're playing that every single time.
It might not even be that. I'm trying to look at the different titles too. Free Fire and this one. My biggest piece of advice is stop worrying about subscribers. Like, just, make good content. Give people a reason to subscribe because it's interesting. When you put these videos out and it's just subscribe banners all over the place, your goal to the viewer becomes very clear. It's like, you didn't make this to entertain me. You made this for yourself. And I'm not saying this to be a jerk. It's just that's how I feel when I scroll to a video and it's begging me to subscribe to it. That's all I can see. All I see is the subscribe call to actions everywhere. I'm not looking at the middle of the screen anymore where the stuff is happening. It's just, hey, me, pick me. You know, it just makes something good, and I'll decide on my own if I'm going to subscribe or not. But
continue, Dan.
I didn't mean to insult you. All right, let's do a non-gaming channel. 593.
Such discipline to reset the numbers every time.
200.
200.
Countdown top 10. All right, top 10 content.
Okay.
Long form.
My immediate thought here is competition.
Yes. So it looks like we're focused on scary stuff.
At the moment,
top
yeah.
10 scariest places in the world. Top 10 scariest urban legends.
Some cold stuff.
There's a horror theme here, which is good, because when I heard top 10, I'm like, oh boy.
Yeah.
Top 10 horror movies, top 10 songs, top 10, you know, just stuff all over the place. No, they're actually focused on like a specific topic.
And I don't think it's just linked to Halloween, because like top 10 haunted places in the US was 2 months ago, which you would probably assume to be a bit too early to try and jump into the Halloween crowd then. Earlier on, Dan, we look at top 10 Hindu temples, top 10 places to visit in India, top 10 places to visit in the US.
It was travel for a bit.
Yeah, it was travel. And they've made a huge pivot to haunted places, presumably because that first video got 30,000 views. So I think they need to maintain that consistency of focus, because they're still occasionally dipping into other stuff like top 10 epic battles in history. And you can see how kind of like the audience has punished that creator for that. Like, not really interested in that. But there are also weird ones like top 10 demonic possession cases investigated by. Maybe that's a bit too specific, because like, did I need to know who those investigators are? Kind of, maybe it was a bit over-explained, that one.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, when I keep it relatively simple, top 10 scariest places in the world, top 10 creepiest mysteries of all time, it's just easily digestible from a market pitching perspective.
Yeah, that's really what it is too. Like the one that resonates with me the most is top 10 scariest places in the world. You have a creepy looking castle. You have the titles repeated in the thumbnail, but it's working, and that one just stood out to me immediately because of its simplicity. I think top 10 urban legends is in the same vein, but a little more complicated. Like we're having to circle something on the screen, and we're trying to over explain it a little bit. Like, you know, this is the urban legend. It just, I don't know. Some videos are going to hit harder than others, I think.
Can you click on one of the videos just to get the first 15 seconds? And I want to know, Dan, on voice narration. Can you instruct me?
This is AI voice.
Okay, so it's going to be. I think it's going to be a pretty big challenge, and given that there are so many faceless channels that do have professional voiceovers talking about similar topics, once there's an AI voice in there, the quality and the acceptability of the audience to listen to that AI voice for 10 minutes is going to be a challenge.
It's a better one.
You think it is an AI voice? It's
a better one. It could trick me. The reason I think it's an AI voice is because it doesn't really change its inflection.
Yeah.
It just speaks on one linear track, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I wish I had my audio on today, but it feels like an AI voice, which then I run into the question of how much is this content written by a person? Because it's always my next question when I see content like this and it sounds like an AI reading it. Was the script written by a human? Because I don't know if this is controversial to say, but sometimes AI gets stuff wrong. And I want to know if that person went in and like made sure that the facts were straight and, you know, that the script has like validity, like it's based in reality. And if you're talking about the top 10 scariest urban legends, what if it just made stuff up? Like, what if it just said like, oh, I can make up some urban legends? It's like, well, that's not what I'm asking you to do. So you got to be careful. There's some pitfalls there, and I don't know how this was written. So it becomes a trust thing, like right out of the gate when I hear that.
this creator is in a space where the barrier to entry has almost collapsed in the last 12 months, given the advancement in AI technology. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there are many other creators who, if they're just getting stock footage and then an AI voice, this is replicatable. So that's what I mean by competition. But there is some success here for the channel.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, ultimately keep going. It's not to say you have to voice your own content. Maybe you are doing that and you're like, why do they think I'm AI? In that case, maybe a little more practice in front of the mic, but it does sound like it is that. But hey, like we have some pretty decent successes on some of these videos, and I would be looking at some of these ones that have done better and trying to see what you can learn. And to me, it feels very simple. It's like some of these ideas are very simply communicated while others are a little more nuanced. Top 10 haunted places in the US. Boom. It's just like so simple, but whenever you talk about urban legends, it doesn't do as well. And I think it's because urban legends, like we might have heard of like the Loch Ness Monster, for example. If this is supposed to be that, like it's not something a lot of people visualize. So when you put that urban legend in the thumbnail, you got to remember this is something that everyone in their brain has like a different picture of. There's not like everyone knows what a castle looks like or a plane, but when it comes to an urban legend, their imagination works differently,
Just looking at that outlier one, scroll down, which has 30,000 views. To potentially replicate this success, the title formula could be Top 10 Haunted Blank in Blank. So top 10 haunted houses in the US, which I think you've already done. Top 10 haunted houses in movie history might be another one. I think you could go as granular in your series as that.
Yeah. All right. With that,
I'll play the music.
Don't forget, one-on-one coaching seats still available, going fast, limited time on those. We've opened some more up, but they go away as well. Check out the link below if you're interested in getting yourself a human coach one-on-one to help with your.
I don't know about you. What does your voice sound really muffled? Like whenever, let us know in the chat. Whenever I play music, it's not your microphone down. I think it's whenever I play music, your voice just went really muffled.
Oh,
I think this is a StreamYard glitch thing.
It probably
tends to
is.
happen.
Yeah.
I want to thank everybody for turning up 4 hours earlier today. Is that right? So that Dan can now get into costume for his Halloween party. Yeah, I think it depends where you are in the world. For me, it's 4 hours earlier that this live stream has started. Is it for you a little less? I don't know.
Probably. I don't math too good. So,
as I understand it, we will be back to normal times next week. But yeah, until then, Dan, I'll let you take us out.
Okay. Thanks for watching. You're dismissed. We'll see you guys next time. Where is it? I almost clicked the intro, which would have been really confusing. It's this one.
There we go.